This is the time for new beginnings. We always, most of us, at least if you're over 20, you start thinking about, I got a New Year's resolution. I can do this thing or that thing. And we get into this, I'm going to improve myself. I'm going to manage my debt. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to take a trip. I'm going to do all these things. I find it fascinating that we do that whenever we could do that every day. You know, we don't need a special day. Like, it's the end of the year. I can just, it's just Thanksgiving. I'll just go ahead and eat like a slob and then I'll just get in shape right after. I'll punish myself and then punish myself later too. It just seems a little funny how we do that as humans. I think it's funny at this time of year because the calendar is all screwed up. We've talked about this, I think, maybe a year ago, how the powers that be, many hundreds of years ago, changed the calendar. I mean, we really shouldn't the new year be at the spring equinox? Shouldn't it be where we jump into this a whole new beginning of life instead of, that's a whole nother subject for another time. But, we think we begin resolutely, like we resolve to do a thing. We resolve to be strong at the new year. I'm going to go out and be Superman. I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to love better. I promise, Thomas, I'll call you more. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, I really hadn't been reaching out to Thomas in the past week or two very much. But I don't need a special day for that. I don't need that time of year. But, what do we do? And we are the captains of our own ships. We can plan, we can prepare. We have all this fear and doubt and failure and success. And then you're like, what's going to happen? What actually happens is only about 9% of the people actually do any of their New Year's resolutions for a full year. That's kind of sad. It's like we don't have a commitment to ourselves. We're not committing to ourselves. We're not making appointments with ourselves. Like we need to have appointments with ourselves to meditate. We need to have appointments with ourselves to, anytime we go eat with anybody. We should say, hey, this is our appointment. This is our time together. Hey, I love you and I love myself, so let's not eat a big pile of shit. Shouldn't we do that? Because we love each other? Instead of going, you know what? It's not going to hurt if we just eat this one piece of cake. Is that love? Is that taking care of each other? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of confused by it. Is this what we feel like? Because so many people do this because after about 2 or 3 weeks, mid-January, all of a sudden you stop working out, you go into more debt, your life gets crazy again. But that doesn't mean you're a loser. It doesn't mean so many people just kick themselves in the ass and say, I can never do that, and I can't do it. Where do I start? We always make up these excuses, but what we can do is just start to learn from ourselves. Really pay attention to how we do things. Like whenever we go, I really don't want to go take that walk. And then if we can say, okay, well, why don't you want to go do that? What force is stopping you from being good to you? What patterns have you gotten so used to in your mind and you've been so negative and down on yourself? Well, you have to just start kind of changing those habits. Like what if you drink too much? We've had a lot of people that come here that have had a lot of drinking problems. The drinking's a good example. And you stop. You realize, hey, that's a really bad habit. And then you get in the habit of not drinking and not wanting to drink. Like those are big life-changing decisions. And we can't manufacture any more time. Like we just have what we have right now. So why wait for a special day to be new and create new beginnings? Like this is the only moment we have right now. Like this is it. Everything you did yesterday or before you got here or what you're going to do later today doesn't even matter because it's not guaranteed and you don't know what's going to happen. But you do have right at this second. You can love. You can look at Steve and Jill and Billy and Randall and Jacob and you can express that love out of your body language. And you can give each other hope and accountability to help each other, especially this group. This is our super core group. But if we create new habits, they become automatic. Just like I love this because whenever you get in your car, it's automatic. Most people don't even think about it. They just grab their seatbelt, put it on. Don't even think about it. Whenever you're driving, you don't even think about it. You turn on your blinker. Yeah, whenever you're brushing your teeth, whenever you're not even thinking about it, to rinse out your mouth. While you're thinking of other things. We just have all of these habits that we are on autopilot with every day, all day. When you're in the shower and you're soaping off, you're not thinking, oh, well, I need to go ahead and wipe my ass too. I'm like, you automatically do it, right? You don't think about it. You don't think about, oh, well, I better get my you just do these things. So if we just start getting in the habit of treating ourselves better, and when we feel ourselves getting overly excited about talking to somebody, like we want to reach out in a negative way, we can catch ourselves and stop that. That can also become an automatic response where we go, oh, no, I don't need to do that. No. And we can always catch ourselves, like if we want to do a one-arm hug to somebody, we can always go, oh, we know that's bullshit. We don't like those. We can automatically start doing the things to make ourselves and everything else better. And we can accomplish damn near everything, but we do have to be realistic. We're not going to go pick up a javelin and be in the Olympics tomorrow. We can't just tell ourselves, oh, well, I'm going to think positive and I'm going to out shot put this, monster over here. Those kind of things are just stupid. But we can do what seemingly is impossible. All of us have experienced things that we were surprised that we were able to do. And that's an individual thing. I can just, when Jacob was in China at a Chinese monastery for all those years, over time, all of a sudden, he became amazed that he could do miraculous feats. That's pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool. Like, Matt has done some amazing things. Like, nobody could drink as much tequila as he can. With a lot of practice. It's interesting to think what we can and can't do, but to me, in my experience and what I see with humanity, is we should cultivate relationships. We need the energy of other people. Like, we just do. We need it. It's easier to take ice baths. It's easier to, when you're down, to reach out to your friends. It's easier if you've got some kind of financial advice or you need whatever it is. I always go to the flat tire. Who are you going to call when you got a flat tire and you don't have a jack? You need friends. I just looked at Bonnie and I instantly thought of Bonnie calling when me and Jackson to go help her pick up some furniture or something she got. Or the other day, calling, hey, can you help us hold this while Billy screws in the thing? Like, we need friends. Like, who are you just going to call? Like, Jim's been coming out every Sunday and to be invited to go see your new buddies and hang out with them. Like, that is the juice and the joy of life. And doing all these wonderful things. How Laura smiles with him that way, I don't know, but they need each other. They need each other. Me and Thomas hugging. And what good friends, I'm standing there by myself because the day before, y'all know Daryl. Daryl comes here every so often, and his wife, and she was picking at him because every time he's been going to the bathroom lately, he just dribbles and it comes out on his jeans, and she's embarrassed by it. And she said, you keep peeing on yourself, shake it off more. And I'm 53, so every now and then you think you're done, but you still pee on yourself a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is embarrassing. So he was just getting picked on. I realized I just peed on myself. So I asked Jill, I said, Jill, can you just take a picture? I got to send this to Daryl. He's not alone. You're just not alone. We're not alone in this world. I knew he felt embarrassed because his wife was picking on him. And that's what friends are for. Like, hey, dude, hey, you're not alone. Me and Matt both accidentally will pee on ourselves. It's okay.
Look back at the truck.
It's just okay. And it's fun. Like, Dean was a champion. He was making the funniest commercials, and to have all of us cheered him on. These things are great. Who's going to go get in an ice bath, Jim, if you're not like around a bunch of people forcing it? Not forcing it, but encouraging, building the strength and energy and doing these things and stretching like that. There are a lot of people that just couldn't stretch at all. They're just getting after it. It's really, really fun to have a life full of people And to have a good connection. We were talking about this a minute ago with the cows out there. Like, we have cows here. I don't know what other spiritual place has cows, but we have cows because, well, I do all over India. But here, we like to have food abundance. You know, anybody that can help pay for a little bit of the processing, that's great. If not, I just give it to you. Because we want good, clean, healthy food security. There's abundance for everybody. There's no reason why anybody should not have a group like this that takes care of each other. Hey, you need some food? Speaking of which, the core group is here. We got a bunch of meat still. You're welcome to it. But those are the latest ones, and we'll be doing that again soon. But it's easier not to build trust. It's easier not to be vulnerable. It's easier to not hold ourselves accountable. Like, that's real easy. But life's really, it can be shitty. Like, either way, so why do it alone? Like, why make the conscious decision to isolate yourself and not be involved with good people giving good vibes? Like, I don't understand it. Everybody that's on the couch, I mean, we just hit 21,000 something subscribers, and a bunch of y'all are in the local area. Why y'all aren't here, I don't understand it. I know it's easier to be on the couch, but you don't have to be on the couch. You don't have to be. Life is not meant to be that way. And I say we can do ordinary stuff in an extraordinary way. And I mean that with everything. I mean, it's just when you see somebody, like every time I see, I've been working on this, trying to cultivate this into a new habit. When I see somebody, just purposefully sending them good vibes. Like, I want to elevate my own energy, and I want to elevate their energy. So we just create this vortex of energetic awesomeness. And to be more aware of that as I walk into a room or walk into here or outside or anywhere, to know that our conscious decision can make a massive difference in everybody around us. If we are the one that we want to be around, like if we are the one that, hey, I like Steve because he's always loving. He always wants to hug. He always wants to hear what's going on in my life. He wants, and we reciprocate that. So if I can be as good as Steve as I'm walking around the world, then somebody else is going to go, oh, I wish I can be that good positive force every day to everybody. You know, and they're assholes, so you don't have to be around assholes. You know, I mean, you can just, I'll love you when you're not. And I don't know why you're being an asshole, you know, but that's just life. But I think we can dare to dream bigger every single day. Like, you live in the clouds, you're a daydreamer. I remember my teachers telling me that when I was a kid. And I was like, is that a bad thing? I say not. I say I feel sorry for them now because they did not dare to dream big. We should dream big about everything. You know, dream big about our love. Dream big about our romance. Like, we're going to go to this place I want to take my European family later, and everything about it's going to be great. The walk back home is going to be extraordinary because I'm going to be aware of the moment. As we all say goodbye to each other today, it's going to be the best goodbye ever because we're going to embrace it. We're going to be in the moment. We're going to love each other. We're going to be aware of our affection for each other and that we're here to just be friends, like real friends. This is one of my favorite quotes from Robert Kennedy, of all time. There are those that look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Like, I love that. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. I remember reading that when I was a kid, 20-ish or so. And I thought, man, I want to think like that. I want to ask those questions. Like, I want to, why? Why not? Why not? About anything. Just like the Yes Theory, one of my favorite YouTube channels. They just say yes to everything. Let's seek discomfort. Because if we can just say yes. Yes. Just yes, brother. Just yes. Just yes. I would like us today, and I'm really kind of glad we have a really small group, because we're just going to do anybody who wants to. This is no, I'm not twisting anybody's arm. But if anybody here would like to pick a partner and just say, hey, this is what I would like to do this year with my life. I would like to change this one thing. I would like to do this one thing. I have this I've been wanting to do, and I'm going to start doing it. And then throughout the year, we can hold each other accountable just with some little gentle nudges. You know, like Thomas maybe wanted to do something, and you know, maybe next month I'll say, Thomas, how's that coming along? You need some help with that? I think it's an interesting thing. Maybe we could do that while we're eating, since we have a smaller group this time. I think it's important that we hold ourselves accountable, that we have friends that are going to say, hey, you made that commitment to yourself, Megan. Are you doing it? Are you being honorable to yourself? Are you? And to have friends that actually help you do it. I mean, I think we can. I think we can live outside of our comfort zone to always be comfortable. Like, being outside of our comfort zone can be a place of comfort. Like, you just get so used to being uncomfortable, you're like, I love it. Like, I love it. You know, like some people are terrified of public speaking. Some people are whatever. You just get up and do it. You just do it. Just do whatever. Just do it. Just do it. We can do it. And one thing we got to do as we wrap up right now is to forgive ourselves. Like, holy crap, man. Like, I've done so much stupid shit in my life, and I'm like, God, you know, I look at it, I'm like, how can I forgive myself for that? Like, I was so rude to this person. I was so this or that. But we have to. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves from, like, where we are now. Like, where we are in this specific spot in our life. It pisses a lot of people off, and you know, it's another reason why a lot of people are assholes, because they find themselves in a place they don't want to be. And so they go, well, I hate everybody, and it's everybody else's fault, and I can never forgive myself. But we can forgive ourselves, and we can start right now. We have to learn how to forgive other people for being assholes. And we can forgive them. Doesn't mean they have to come back rushing into our life or, you know, anything else, but we can forgive them. You know, we don't know. We're not in their mind. We're not in their head. We're not in their heart. We don't know how they perceive anything. We know that they're not being the higher versions of themselves. And that's okay. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But we don't have to let their attitude bring us down. Like, we just don't have to do it. And so I say we should all make a everyday resolution to forgive ourselves, to love each other, love the spot that we're in now, no matter if it's a great spot or bad spot, because it can always be a better spot the next second. Like, that is true. And I'm so glad y'all are here today. And I'm so glad we're going to go you're doing Qigong. We're doing Qigong today with the masterful, awesome Jacob Dahl. And so we'll do this whenever we eat, right after Qigong. And y'all are, all of you people that are watching, and thank y'all for watching, I appreciate it. Come out. It's just 30 minutes from about anywhere in Shreveport. And it's just awesome. So I love y'all. See you next time. And unless you have bad vibes, keep your ass on the couch.